What really happens when one of the most powerful figures in music loses everything? New leaked footage is now revealing Diddy's daily reality behind bars, and it's far more shocking than anyone expected. On October 30th, 2025, Sean Diddy Combs was transferred to Fort Dix Federal Prison in New Jersey, the facility his legal team had specifically requested. After spending more than a year inside Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, Diddy was moved to a prison considered less restrictive.
Sean Diddy Combs was transferred to the federal prison at Fort Dix, New Jersey yesterday, where he will start to serve the rest of his 50-month sentence.
But new images and footage suggest the reality is still brutal. Shortly after his arrival, CBS News obtained Diddy's intake photo. The image showed visible gray hair, tired eyes, and a noticeably thinner face. It marked a stark contrast from the carefully managed image he once projected to the world. Fort Dix is the largest single federal prison in the United States, housing more than 4,100 male inmates. There are no traditional prison cells. Instead, the facility operates using open dormitory style, housing converted from old military barracks. Some units hold a dozen men, while others contain up to 100 inmates sleeping in shared spaces. According to Diddy's publicist, he is living among the general population and sharing a dorm with 8 other inmates. He is not receiving special treatment. The man who once had personal assistants now lines up for basic necessities alongside everyone else. Each day begins at exactly 5 a.m. Bright fluorescent lights flood the dorms as inmates wake for head count. There are no exceptions. By 6 a.m., breakfast is served in the dining hall. The food is mass-produced, with no customization and no complaints allowed. Federal inmates are required to work, and Diddy has been assigned multiple duties. Leaked footage obtained by TMZ shows him working inside the prison's chapel library, distributing movies and religious materials to fellow inmates.
Fort Dix, reporting for work in the library, where he is making recommendations and handing out different movies and books for his fellow inmates.
I'm really fascinated just by the library
But
itself.
you're seeing him here. This is him reporting to work, taking off his jacket, taking off his scarf, and settling in for a day on the job.
It looks like a public school library.
Yeah.
It's
He also works in the laundry facility, sorting uniforms, washing linens, and operating industrial dryers. The pay is minimal, roughly 23 cents per hour. Online reactions quickly highlighted the irony of a former billionaire performing prison labor for spare change. Throughout the day, inmates are subjected to repeated head counts, sometimes 5 or 6 times daily. These interruptions disrupt work, meals, and recreation. Evening hours allow limited access to the yard, a small television room with basic channels and monitored phone calls. There is no internet access. CBS News reported that on November 3rd, Diddy violated prison rules by participating in a 3-way phone call involving his legal team. As a result, he reportedly lost phone and commissary privileges for 90 days. Shortly after, his projected release date was pushed back from May 8, 2028 to June 4, 2028. Former inmates paint a grim picture of life at Fort Dix. One described the facility as chaotic and warned that conflicts can erupt over minor issues. Another former inmate claimed food is often expired, bathrooms are broken, and guards frequently ignore overnight disturbances. Joe Giudice, who served time at Fort Dix, stated that Diddy's survival depends on maintaining a low profile. Fame, he warned, does not offer protection inside. Despite strict conditions, inmates can purchase limited items from the commissary, with a monthly spending cap of $320. Family visits are tightly controlled, allowing only brief physical contact at the beginning and end. Diddy's 7 children have publicly expressed support, posting birthday messages when he turned 56. However, it remains unclear how often they are able to visit him at the facility. Former NBA player Sebastian Telfair, who was housed at Fort Dix and released in December 2025, described seeing Diddy regularly. He stated that Diddy appeared disciplined, followed rules, and remained composed despite the circumstances. Telfair explained that prison strips away status and privilege, leaving only routine and structure. According to him, Diddy has not fallen apart, but the transformation is undeniable. Diddy's current projected release date remains June 4, 2028, though his legal team has filed an expedited appeal scheduled for April 2026. Every morning begins at 5 a.m. Every night ends in a shared dorm with strangers. The leaked footage doesn't show luxury or power, it shows reality. And for Diddy, this routine is far from over.